What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're checking out this 2026 Toyota Prius. So this is the XSE Nightshade, finished off in Karashi, so super bright yellow color, and then the MSRP is around $41,300. So what do you guys think? Is the Prius basically the best economy car? Obviously it is super efficient. This one is a plug-in hybrid model. Got the fuel cap here, the charge port is on the other side. But you have that electric capabilities beyond just the standard hybrid Prius. So taking a look underneath the hood, this is going to feature a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine. Overall net horsepower is 220. The engine makes 139 pound-feet of torque. You're also going to see an eCVT for the transmission. We have a front-wheel drive. And with the plug-in hybrid system, you can expect around 39 miles of electric range and around 48 miles per gallon. Curb weight is 3,500 pounds. It's also going to get a 13.6 kilowatt hour battery and a 10.6 gallon fuel tank. Now for the styling, I gotta say the new Prius actually looks really good, way better than they've ever made it. It's a sharp looking car. You got this really cool hammerhead shape in this upper section, blacked out aspects throughout it, and then these LED headlights look really nice. You can see the cool running light, it's tucked away under the bodywork. You have that chime sound that plays whenever I hit the lock or unlock button. Got an upper grille, lower grille, got your sensors, lights down here, and this nice metallic black trim for the lower grille. Only complaint, all the Priuses have this molded piece for a front license plate. North Carolina, we don't have front tags, so you're kind of stuck with this chunk of plastic on the front bumper. Kind of weird. I don't know why they would do that for every single Prius, and usually you just have an add-on. That's my only complaint. You have to see that no matter what you do. Other than that though, the shape is really good, super sleek. You have the same metallic black fender arches and 19-inch wheels with a really good look. Then this lower rocker panel, I love how it kind of cuts inwards. Kind of looks like a fish to me. It has a really good style, super slippery through the air for that good efficiency. We got black on the mirror caps, door handles, black trim, and then a massive piece of glass for the sunroof up here. So a nice panoramic design. We also have the door handles integrated. There's the charge port. And again, just a nice look for what it's supposed to be. In back, I really like this black trim for the whole rear end. XSE badge, plug-in hybrid badge. Prius, we have an electronic button, Toyota, and your camera. LED bar looks great. We have the turn signal over here, and then more black trim and parking sensors all throughout it. So again, just can't complain with the style. I think it really looks sharp for what it's supposed to be. Now, from here, we can pop the button. We have a lot of space in here. It's got a lift back design, so it makes it very practical. Charge cable sitting over here. With the seat up, we still have good space. With everything folded nice and flat, we have plenty of storage. Got a little bit of hidden space underneath. Your simple battery is sitting back here. Obviously the hybrid batteries underneath the car. This is all manual. You can close that. And then for the interior, we have an electronic button right there to open these doors. And then more black trim. We also have this Softex trim and then the Softex interior finished in the black. This can seat 3 people. We have a cup holder and armrest right here. Easy access to fold the seats. And then as far as amenities go, it does not have any air vents. However, we have a couple plugs down here, storage right there, and then the cup holders also in the doors. Now sitting here at 5'11" with my driver's seat, I do have decent knee room. Seats are a little on the low side and my head almost touches the ceiling. Seats are comfy, good recline. It's a small car. It's a lot smaller than a Camry, closer to a Corolla. But again, you could actually fit some grown-ups back here and go on a road trip. It wouldn't be the greatest back here for a long trip for a taller individual, but overall for a small car, it's pretty roomy and practical. You're not really going to complain given it is a very small car. From here up front, we have a soft touch material now for the whole door panel. The same padded armrest. I like the silver trim on those controls. And then we have a power driver seat. Same materials and everything with the Softex, the perforated, and you can see that dual pane glass. You have manual sunshades for both of them. Looks quite nice. And then you can see a nice leather wrapped steering wheel. Now, hopping in, foot on the brake, you can fire it up. All the electronics will turn on. Engine may or may not, it just depends on the mode and the battery charge. And then for the steering wheel, we have cruise control over on this right side, screen controls and voice commands and audio on the left. Windshield wiper stock is on the right. Headlights and turn signals are over here. Now, for the screen, has a cool look to it. We can tap this icon right here. It'll open up the menu over on this left side. Then I can scroll up and down, and each of these has a couple different designs throughout it. So we have audio, you can see some trip info, tire pressure, battery as well, settings for all the safety info, messages. So nice setup overall. It's not really too much in a weird view. The old BZ4X was really weird. The steering wheel does kind of cut off the underside right here, but once you get used to it, you got your speed, that's kind of all you need. So not too bad to get used to. We have the odometer control up here, interior lighting, heated steering wheel and windshield. We also have automatic high beams, 120 volt over here, and then ambient lighting with some trim. You're gonna see some harder plastics up on the dash, but it does have a cool look. And then this is all a softer touch material. More ambient lighting, and then the multimedia screen we're used to seeing on the modern Toyotas. So all the basics, pretty simple. We do have some extra settings we're able to go through. You can see your MPG. I'm almost getting 50, and I drive like I'm in a sports car all the time. So that's pretty impressive that even with me driving. Got the energy schedule. So a lot of good basic stuff. Hopefully they update all this to the new RAV4 setup, because I think that just looks fantastic. But CarPlay will work great on here. Camera could be more HD, but it does get the job done. Got a cool little shifter. And then you have your air vents, and climate is all physical. So we have different zones, fan speed, temperatures, heated glass. You're gonna see storage down below with plugs, and when you pop this up, it says hashtag hidden compartment. So a fun little Easter egg for the Prius. You can hide some things right there, and then we have cup holders and gloss black trim. Now wireless charging is right here, which is a great spot. It keeps your phone out of the way, doesn't make it a focal point. Not a fan of cars that have just giant charging trays, because I honestly hardly use it. When you need it, you got in a good spot. You have your park and brake, traction control, and then some drivetrain controls. So we can go into the full electric mode, the auto, and kind of mix and match depending on your battery. You also have actual drive modes right here in this little toggle. So we have eco, normal, sport, and then a custom one. Custom, you can see what you're able to adjust, so makes it have a nice touch to it. Padded armrest, a couple plugs underneath, and then a nice size glove box. Well, let's look at the interior. It's about what you would expect from a $40,000 Toyota, but nice enough materials. It's comfortable and roomy, good enough tech. Sunshades and everything. The glass looks great. Doesn't look like you can open the glass at all, but you have dome light controls up here, and we just have garage door buttons underneath the mirror. All right, so setting off now in this plug-in hybrid Toyota Prius. So if you have enough charge, of course, you can go into full electric mode, which is a nice touch for any plug-in. If you're doing really short trips and you've always charged it every night, you know, you don't really have to use much gas. And from the comments of people who have these plug-in hybrids, especially Toyotas, I mean, you can fill up maybe once a month and go so long. So with this, it's pretty comfortable sitting here. Again, at my height, the seat is comfortable. You have a really good view out, a very long windshield. I like these side windows as well. And then over your right and left shoulder, it's a little tight on that C-pillar, but overall I haven't had any visibility issues. Overall, it's got a lot of glass. It's a small car, so it's just easy to see through. There is some regen braking. When I take my foot off the throttle, it kind of slows you down a little bit, and it's nice to watch the motor, the battery, and the engine do their thing. So it seems to drive pretty well integrated with the hybrid system as well as the engine. Toyota obviously has been doing hybrids for almost 3 decades probably at this point. They do a really good job just giving you a nice blend of everything. And then as we get up and go in the sport mode, this is surprisingly quick. Honestly, you would never say a Prius is fast, not to say this is fast, but it's not slow. It gets up to speed very well, especially for what this car is all about. Especially in sport, you get more of that instant EV power going right to the wheels. So there's not really any delay that you might think of in a slower powered car. Overall ride quality, just going 40 right now. Pretty smooth and pretty quiet. Given the shape of the body is supposed to be very aerodynamic, it creates very little wind noise. You don't really hear anything like that. I've been on the highway with this car throughout the week. I've been driving it a lot, and it's just been quiet and easy to use. And again, you get up to speed super quickly. I've squealed the tires leaving my neighborhood a couple times just because it's got that instant power that you would never think of. And then if you do tone it down even to normal mode, it's not quite as touchy on the throttle, but still. I mean, this Prius moves when you need it. It's actually easy to get in and out of traffic on the highway, and then it drives very smooth as well. It steers nice, there's a good enough weight on it, the suspension absorbs bumps. This is genuinely a nice car to drive. I think a lot of people who are looking for a commuter car, this might just be the best option. It just kind of has everything for what you would want in a commuter car. It's roomy enough, it drives smooth, it's got some power, and then just with the plug-in, you really get extra efficiency to make your MPG. It could be endless if you charge it so well, and depending on your driving. So the plug-in really opens up how much gas mileage you're able to truly get, and just how efficient a car like this can be. So no real driving complaints, you know. I think they've powered it well, which has probably been my biggest complaint with little economy cars that are eco-friendly or eco-focused. You know, the Prius plug-in is not one of those. This is a nice car at the end of the day, drives well, and it's got the power to really drive and get up to speed.